This is very much your motto. My God, guys, your music. I mean, I had the energy. I was like, if I'm not dancing, I'm gonna have an orgasm. You know?
Oh, wow.
Wow, I've never heard that before.
He came out of the crowd and he was like,
What's going on? Yeah, our music is it's not ordinary and it's not typical. But what we try to do is we want to catch people off guard and grab them out of their seats. You know?
You do that.
I was unexpected, you know. So guys, get ready, bring condoms if you listen to their music. It pumps you up. I think if you're having a bad day, just go, oh, you know,
you know what? That's what we're here. We're there when you have a bad day. That's what we do.
Single-handedly up the birth rate here in Big Stone Gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what you're saying, right?
Yes, it's this is an incredible place, but I mean,
gorgeous spot. We love the festival here. Blue Highway Fest has been amazing. Only in their second year, and you see what this is. It's an incredible place, amazing lineup.
And it's kind of a testimony to who Blue Highway is. As you know, they're iconic.
Yes.
And when you get a phone call, say, "Hey, would you play our festival?" You're like,
yes.
No.
Yeah. Legends. They're legends up. We grew up in the Shenandoah Valley up in Virginia. And we were kids growing up, and they were part of the, we'd have these little tapes, you know, tape recorders, stick them in our van. And Blue Highway was part of that playlist of these bands. And then, like Dan said, pick up a phone, and you get a phone call from Blue Highway, the band that you listened to as a child. Pretty amazing to be here, you know, inspiring.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's a great result for you, but I guess you worked these, you worked all the ladder, right? The ladder.
Yeah, we started out, you know, Alex and I, like we mentioned during our show, our parents immigrated from Ukraine. We spoke only Ukrainian in our house. So we only listened to Ukrainian music and classical music growing up. And then we moved to the Shenandoah Valley, and then we started hearing about bluegrass.
Oh.
And my mom was like, "Oh, you can listen to bluegrass.
Let's mix this up."
Yeah, let's mix it up.
Yeah, exactly.
And then our musical world started to expand. But we never imagined ever, first of all, that we would be a band. Second of all, that we'd be playing with
Why not? You didn't like each other at the beginning?
Well, no, we're brothers. We didn't have a choice.
You
don't have a choice.
Well, we have seven sisters,
No.
so we had to be back to back.
Seven sisters. So there's 7 sisters and 3 boys. So the boys have to stick together. You know, we have to be tight, you know, but we started out playing in the streets, you know, because it was an adventure to us. You would play in the streets, guitar, fiddle. And I transferred from the classical music to Irish tunes. Irish was my access point to the folk.
Is the Irish more philharmonic as well? They go with some the other instrument,
the harmonica or
accordion.
They have a concertina.
Concertina.
The one that you came up with the last scene that you can play. It's a sort of a piano.
Yes.
Yeah,
The accordion.
The accordion.
Yeah. The Irish have that. They have the button box. They do that piano accordion as well in their tunes. But that was my access point to folk music. And then through that, we started traveling, and it was more of a life adventure, going from town to town, meeting other people, playing tunes. And eventually people started asking us, would you like to play my Irish pub? Would you like to play my barbecue? You know, it was very, like you're saying, you have to pay your dues.
Indeed, yes.
And play the tunes,
and in the
meet
meantime,
other musicians.
You test as well. You test some songs.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this works, this doesn't work.
Yeah.
We've done over 2,000 shows now. And, and you know, we love, thank you, we love to interact.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, you have to try. And you have to say, oh, this works, or this doesn't work. So, you know.
But guys, the energy. So the dancing, the dancing, and the entertainment.
The entertainment, the storytelling, your voices, your vocals, just like transport you to another age.
Well,
thank you.
Like,
That's what we want. We want to tell a story.
Well, we feel that that's also our background, our Ukrainian background coming through there, because the Ukrainian culture was very much about celebrating, and when you have a wedding, it goes for 3 days, and there's the dancing. We all had to do Ukrainian dancing. We had to do.
So expensive then.
Yeah, it is. You know, in Ukraine, it's cheaper to buy 3 days worth of alcohol, but in the States, it gets expensive. But we know
the alcohol is not enough to forget.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, we grew up with the tradition of seeing all the generations dancing and being with each other. And when we're on stage, we kind of want to recreate some of the magic
I
that we
get it now,
experience.
And you do that.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You
We-
kind of break the ice, and then you try to, you get people rhythmically clapping together.
Yeah.
And sometimes we get them to vocally, and it's really interesting seeing an audience that nobody knows each other at first, but then
Very
you
true.
see them all of a sudden, the music is powerful
Bring
because
them
it
together,
brings them
yeah,
together,
yeah.
and that is to me the powerful mystery of music that
Yeah.
we can't put a finger on it, but we have been part of it for long enough to see the magic unfold in front of
Yeah.
us.
Yes, yes.
So
yes.
that's
Exactly,
a beautiful
myself,
thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
I
You
was
start
holding
to
the
dance
camera.
before you know it.
Yeah.
Just
You
like,
drop the camera.
Yeah.
You're
I
dancing.
broke it, but I'm happy. Yeah.
Yeah, and the power is in the music. It's not in this is something that we talk about a lot. Doing choosing the career path
Mhm.
that was less popular.
Mhm.
Now it's becoming a little bit more popular among the young people. But you take a path. It's like we want something that's authentic and real,
Uh-huh.
and that
Yes,
has deep roots, and that's what we were attracted to it. But you wouldn't choose a town like Big Stone Gap
Uh-huh.
to make money at a big festival. There's companies that'll be like, we will make a Bonnaroo and we'll have our machine go in. We'll find the location where the most people can get to, and it's a money-making operation from the start to finish.
Uh-huh.
It's all investors, and they're all getting their profits, and they're bringing in the Sherbet bands,
got it, yeah.
the ones that are popular. To have a band like Blue Highway choose their hometown, which is out of the way.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, but it's not max profit.
Indeed, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And then the music itself is not max profit music.
Uh-huh.
But it's tied to something.
Yes.
And I think all of us are yearning for that. And that's what you see happen is like people start waking up and be like, oh, I didn't know I had this desire to dance. And then now I feel united. It's just kind of like you don't see it if you went to like a major rock show. You wouldn't see that same thing happen. It's much
a different energy, But there's something about the roots music, playing the old music,
Yes.
that I think there's a thread that binds all of us together.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that's what, to me, in us, that's why we gravitated to playing the
Maybe
old
on you,
tunes, Maybe I'm speaking for him, but yeah, we feel like that's what we can do with the old music. And for a long time, we considered it to be like an apprenticeship. Play the old songs, play the old songs. But eventually we started having something to say, but it was nice because we did it in the old style.
Who does the songwriting?
So we do.
He does most of
both.
it. I do some of it. I'll do like 2 or 3 songs per album, but Alexander does the majority of it.
Okay.
But then what's really fun is Alex or myself will bring a song to the table, and then we put it into the rock tumbler. And that's, I feel there's a certain genius that only the 4 of us have in taking the skeleton that is brought forward, and then when we start polishing it,
Yeah.
often it comes a little bit different.
And there's different backgrounds, like our bass
So you
player.
change completely what he has written. Yeah.
Like from
It
her
kind
own
of,
to-
it can come something that, it sounds so different now that we've gone through it because, they have a bass player, a drummer, they have their own backgrounds. Like our
course.
drummer's Cajun.
Mm.
Yes,
That's,
yes,
Cajun
yeah.
music, the South, Louisiana, that has their own like rhythm, and talk about dancey. The Cajun music is very dancey.
Okay, that's it.
It's
Yes,
great,
yes.
and then
I
West
love the fact
Virginia,
that you were dancing, but you had the guitar, and
Yes.
you were dancing with the. No, sorry, you had the
the
violin.
fiddle, yeah.
Yeah. You had the guitar, and but the other guy that was dancing with a big.
The bass, yeah.
I was like,
Giant bass.
it's really trying.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's not
He'll
so
like
easy.
lift it up over his head sometimes and shake it,
Is he heavy? Is he heavy?
You know what? It's pretty heavy.
It's definitely heavier than fiddle, but it's
heavy.
it's light. It's lighter than it looks, but
He's a big guy though.
yeah, he's a big guy.
Because you were so light to dance. It was this thing.
I know. It's a workout.
It was
It's
a
definitely a
workout,
workout.
Yeah.
But that's what people used to do before workout videos. They would go to dance halls.
Yeah,
In Ireland, in Ukraine, in Poland, in Italy. I mean, right?
If you-
Your grandparents'
If you
generation
mix all of the
probably.
culture,
It was
yeah.
you went to the dance hall, and that's where you got your
My
exercise.
parents are crazy.
Yeah.
We don't want to talk about them. Yeah. But yeah, there's. I know what you mean. Do you ever have like people like dancing and going? There is a kind of dance.
Mosh pitting? You mean like
Maybe,
that?
yes,
Like when they're bouncing off each other?
Sometimes with all that drums, I love
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
It'll happen.
You can
it does
see it
happen.
tomorrow night.
It does.
Yes.
People start getting really riled up, and then they start bouncing off each other. Like the Irish jigs will do that, where they're just bouncing, and it starts getting.
Okay, Eric, I'm gonna use you as a shield.
Yeah. Or maybe tomorrow night.
You can just lift her up and you can crowd surf tomorrow.
Yeah.
Crowd surfing.
Yeah,
Have you tried that? Have you tried that crowd surfing?
Yeah,
Not yet.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
It would be an experience.
Tomorrow.
Lots of men and I
Yeah.
want to have
I'm gonna throw myself.
murders. Yeah. I know you do that in the songs, right in the bluegrass. Yeah.
Oh, a lot of
There's
murder ballads. Right.
Yeah, that was fascinating.
Right, the genre. Isn't that interesting? What a funny genre
It was
that is.
quite an oxymoron, right? It was like, we talk about like
Murders.
country stories,
Yeah.
everyday people, murders.
I know, like-
we kill people.
We
in
kill
this song.
people.
How crazy is that for you as Italians coming here? Like, what is this
Yeah.
music? You know?
So everything that is not food is crazy.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That's what they did instead of going to seeing psychotherapists. They would just write murder songs to get their feelings out. That's what
Maybe
it was.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, talking about topics. So, what do you like to write
Mm,
most
yeah.
about in your songs?
Oh,
I like
I mean,
stories.
as much as I love the music, I
What
wasn't listening
fulfills
to the
you the
song.
most?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, but I like telling stories because that was to me what I felt like the old folk songs always did.
Mm.
So I'm more storytelling leaning more than
About yourself, or maybe about.
well,
topics,
I
Your shared
sometimes a little bit myself, but
love, do you write
also
about love?
no. That's the thing. Like for me, a lot of people will write about the emotion of love or love lost or like. Or they look inside and they you know and that could be a valid form of songwriting, but for me I think I try to imagine a point in history
look
and I pull a
outside.
thread and I try to create a story outside,
Yeah.
story along something that comes to my head and this is about an Irishman who finds a stone in a field like and what could have happened around that.
I love your soul. You're very much the seller. And you find a way, but is he within your gut?
Yeah, exactly. Talk with the hands, you know.
Well,
But-
no, we are a lot of like basically sailor type songs of going out to sea and traveling because that's what we do for a living.
Yeah.
We are
of course,
always
yeah,
leaving
yeah.
our
Sea
families
shanty type of
and-
style songs and
Yeah.
traveling and
So there is a lot of your shared experiences.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, among you as a band and you and your family. You said you're
Yeah.
7 sisters. I mean,
But are you brothers and sisters?
yeah.
Brother-
No, just brother.
Yeah,
Just brother.
I'm not a sister.
Are you
He's a
brothers?
sister. Not me. I'm not.
No, I'm not.